Hi. Well, I've settled down a bit. Good, eh? I'm going to do 2 videos today for you. The first one is going to be about stress. So it's all about stress. I really think what happened between Sue and me, given what I've seen between you and me in the last week, that have to be stress related. It's all stress based. I have no doubt about it now. I was just about going through the roof through the week because I thought, what the fuck is going on here? Why are Boom and I arguing like Sue and I argued? We're not working together on the same project. We're not husband and wife. We're not lovers. There's no sex involved. We're just platonic friends, really. That's the truth of the matter. The thing we share in common, though, was we're both entrepreneurs. So at least I could understand. I had a little bit of insight into you this time. And as I was talking to you this morning, it just hit me. I thought, it was that fucking eyelid, wasn't it? That's where it all started. You were going off about it. But it was more than that, because prior to that, you'd been talking about, oh, I've got to do something by next March. I could sense the stress and panic and fear and everything else that was building in you. And then they were arguing about gypsies and about some guy that's, oh, what the fuck is going on? And I just really, and you're accusing me of all sorts of things. What the fuck is going on here? And yesterday or the day before or something, I was watching this video about earthquakes. And it was interesting. I don't know how I ended up. It's just that, oh, no, that's right. We had that Solomon Islands earthquake, 8.0, huge, biggest on the planet for the year. Just north of Australia, actually. And there's been a lot of earthquake talk on YouTube. A lot of people follow it and discuss it, and they reckon the Caldera in America, what's it called, National Park, Yellowstone, I reckon it's going to blow up and it'll take half of America with it. But anyway, this guy, I was just watching it, and it's actually, I'll see if I can find it and send you the link. I thought it was rather interesting. But he said that years ago, like last year and the year before that, they thought that the Earth's core was molten metal. He said, yeah, they bounced radio waves and all sorts of signals off, and it bounced off. They deduced that it was metal. And he said, no, it's not. He said, no, it's actually, I think it's plasma, he said. Plasma? Just spinning. It's not metal at all. It's just plasma. Whatever plasma is. I think it was plasma. I can't remember. But it's spinning. Oh, yeah, okay. And he said, what happens is the pressure builds or something. I wasn't concentrating that much. I just sort of only realised, just thought back over it today when I was discussing this thing with you. And he said, no, the pressure, it just releases through the little fissures in the earth, and it becomes magma, or however it works, okay? And he said, what happens is that you've got a plate, a tectonic plate, right, like that. He said, well, the pressure's going to either go that way or that way. So he said, if it comes this way, it'll push like that. And he said, it pushes the plate down. So it escapes there, right, blows it that way, and in the process it pushes it down like that. He said, from that, you can figure out where the next earthquake's going to be. You can't figure out where the first one's going to be, right? But once you've had that earthquake, he said, yeah, you can expect next 24 or 48 hours will be an earthquake here. And he's been picking them bang on. He said, yeah, it'll come here, there, it'll be about this magnitude. Anyway, the other seismologists or geologists or whatever just poo-hooed him and said, it's a load of shit, doesn't work that way. And then he started picking them one after the next. And these other people just shut up and didn't say anything more. He said, yeah, this is how it works. So he went on YouTube and explained it. It's just his theory. It's his research. He's an engineer himself, a scientist. But he said, yeah. And he said, yeah, once you've had one, well, then you can figure out where the other one's going to by the, they've got it all mapped and everything, all the pressure flows. He said, yeah, you can warn the people, in that area. Don't, sleep under a safe place or, in a doorway or something, or under a sturdy table or something, just in case it happens, which I thought was brilliant, because he said, yeah, there's a high likelihood there'll be a 5.0 hitting Italy in the next 24 hours, he said, today or tomorrow. I think that's what he said. Yeah, so, I mean, whether it's true or not, I don't know. I'm not emotional about the whole thing. But when I was talking to you this morning, I thought, yeah, I reckon that's what's happening with Sue, and I reckon that's what's happening with you. You're having a shit fight your end, and pressure is building up there somewhere. And it doesn't matter what I say or do, somehow it's coming out that whatever I've done is wrong. And I'm just sort of sick of it. I just think, why the fuck do women bloody pick on me? And I've sort of thought about it later, and I thought, well, actually, I just imagine there's a fire hydrant there. I'm the guy that comes along and says, let's just take some of the pressure off you. And you just spray it all over me. So I just cop it. Okay, I don't push you away. I don't, I sort of, and I don't put more pressure on you. Now, where have I pressured you? I could probably have thought that, yeah, I was my idea. I was putting the pressure on Sue, but I thought, no, boom, it's nothing to do with it. No, it's nothing to do with me. It's not my fault. Okay, it was, it's, what's happening is, I'm sort of, there's something about me that, I don't know, maybe makes you feel comfortable or something. You can just let go and just release. And it just shits all over me. Yeah, I don't really want that anymore. But now, at least, if I understand it, I might be able to control it a bit. But see, what I try, yeah, I'm sort of going to cover a bit of what I'm going to talk about in the next video as well. But the idea, I think, see, with all the inventions in the world, most of them are about how you spread things over time, or a lot of them are about how you instead of having it concentrated here, like a lease, for example, it's how you spread, or a loan is how you spread payments out of time over time, so you don't have to pay for it all in one. You don't have the money. Yeah, so I'm noticing, and a lot of this is doing with Trackbook. I've realised, I've had to explain things, that spreading things, distributing, like a Caterpillar's tracks, where the track style came from. You're spreading the weight over, instead of each point, but you're spreading it. I'm spreading it by like a Caterpillar track going over boggy ground, how it distributes the weight. You know the engineering behind all of that. Yeah, so yeah, that's sort of what I was trying to talk about, because I watched you and the way you were working. I thought, oh, fucking Godfather. You were really, and I hate talking to you about your animations. I'll be flat out and honest, it's awful. And I'm embarrassed to say I was probably just as bad when I used to talk about what I talk about. People couldn't stand it. But they just didn't have the guts to say, no, I can't stand it, Bob. It's too hard. We have to find another way. But yeah, now when you talk about animations and that sort of, I hate the text that comes through. I'd much rather talk about Stumpy. It's just, and I sat on the chair there with me yesterday and said, come on, eat the corn. I'm going to get the piece of corn. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I can say, why don't you eat your corn? Yeah. Want to eat your corn? Show me eat your corn. No, it's Squawk. Come here. See if I can get him. No, he's got in the way. Oh, there he is there. Okay. I'll trust. No, he hasn't. Oh, God, his ants all over it. Yeah. See, I got him a piece of corn. I got him a whole bag of corn, most of which I'll eat. But I just said, I might have had a couple of pecks. See, there. Just little ones. A few little ones. Yeah, he might have had a peck. But I just noticed that, yeah, he eats the corn out of the bird's seed. Yeah, there you go. Fuck, you've got a mess again already. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, so, but see, I'd rather just talk about that. It's just, It's just nothing. It's rather cute. It's easy to talk about. I don't know whether it'll bring happiness or not, but I can tell you, it'll be a fucking shitload better than what, talking about animations. It's just not pleasant at all. At all. There's just no other way of putting it. It's not at all pleasurable. And I know how you consumed about it. I'm the same way with my track books, but I'm sure talking to me about them is not pleasurable at all either. So, some time ago, it's only ever been me. And I haven't seen it in somebody else, but as soon as you see it in somebody else, you go, oh God. Oh, you get embarrassed for yourself because you think, oh fuck, I was like this too. And I really don't care about your success or anything else like that. I know you as a person. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry, it's hard for me to accept this because I thought I was being virtuous and everything, and I probably was in all honesty. The only problem is we don't have entrepreneurs in Australia. They're as rare as hen's teeth, and I've got nobody to compare myself to. Until you came along, thank goodness you did, because you showed me. So, and it was really when you were doing, your boxes and that sort of thing. I thought, oh my God, the trouble you're going to. I know a quicker and easy way to do something, and that's what I did, paper trail. And the next thing I was, on beginning of October, I thought, oh fuck, I was talking to Asian, I was sick of the begging, so I thought I'd put a site together for it, because she'd suggested I do it some time ago. And that's where that came from. But that's as much as I want to talk about that, you know what I mean? Yes, yeah, and it started occurring to me, I thought, no, we need a platform that I can work on as well, that you can be involved with, whoever else. Okay, whereas just, now I might not do a second video, I might try and do it on this one, because I'm going to splice the two ideas together. Yeah, now hang on, I'll just backtrack a little bit. Okay, this was going to be the second video. So, just to give you a better understanding, because when I explained this to you, you ignored me altogether. You were going, yeah, I'm listening, but you weren't really thinking about what I was saying, because you were so intent on getting it done and getting it done by this time, and it was just awful. And I was trying to say, boom, just get your mind, honestly, it's too much. And as we've seen this week, just about brought us unstuck. I just didn't want it anymore. I didn't want whatever it was that Sue and I were doing, and you and I were doing it. I didn't want it at all, and others won't want it either. I don't care how good you get at it, but they won't want it either, and you'll end up just lonely and alone. Same as me. All because we don't understand. Okay, so what happened with the business that Sue and I were in is right toward the end, I ended up doing a web page. It was shit, okay? And I learned, about the problem, and so that's where I really started thinking about the problems that I had. It started coming together, and I put this web page, I had so much stress in the family, and so what we ended up doing was getting a report done on it. And I just fell to pieces. I thought, oh, fuck, they want me to do a whole new web page. I thought, oh, this is too much. I melted down. I couldn't handle it anymore. And Sue wasn't talking about it. We weren't thinking it through. We were just doing. We were just ploughing ahead. And I always used to think with Sue, it was like she's in such a grip. She's driving and she's frozen at the wheel. The foot is flat on the accelerator, and she's and that's how it felt. And that's why I think I told you I used to, I'd tear this way. Honestly, that's what I was like. I used to talk to Raph. I thought I was in love with her, but I was really just, Raph was just patting a guinea pig. And it was just so relaxing. That's what I had, honestly. And she's like, it's like this. Yeah. I was just, oh no. And I was just pulling this thing. I was just, trying to slow down. Okay. So, and you're the same way. Sorry. Raph was just Mel Pond. There's just nothing happened. She couldn't give a shit. And that was actually getting me to slow down. I was like this policeman at the centre going around, and she actually cooled it and slowed it and stopped it. Yeah, so anyway, that's what was happening. But this report came out. Now, from that report, okay, what I'm going to suggest is this. You know how I'm sort of saying that you would be on the platform, you would, it's like being on the cyberspace market harvester. Okay, just think of a harvester, you know, that harvests the wheat. Yeah, well, you got the front, and you got all these girls in the, you know, working in the Philippines, wearing the control panel, you know, the control pod up the front, and we're swirling through the mist, trying to pick up customers. All right, and then the girls are processing them, and the guys get spat out the other end like bales of hay, okay, or wheat. I actually drew a rather nice picture of that once. It was fucking brilliant. You could do an animation for me. I love that. I had a big light at the front searching the darkness of of cyberspace, the darkness, and then all these people. It's just like a spaceship. And you've got control pod up the front and all these other compartments and support areas and this. Yeah, built the whole thing, and it just hovers through cyberspace and goes everywhere. I used to, and that's what I used to say. I was just praying it up, hitting bloody. Yeah. When we had the first one, hit Victoria, praying it up a few times. Yeah, but that's what I got. Cyberspace market harvester. I love them. They're sort of a new age village thing that we can do all over the world. But someday when you're feeling generous, you can do me a whole animation, have it going through the darkness. Absolutely love it. Yeah, but it's just like a big. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Yeah, but anyway, what was I saying? I needed to, this report, and I started thinking about the platform, and I thought, okay, yeah, we've all heard it, earn $10,000 a day working on the internet. You don't believe it, do you? Nor do I. It could be true, but I'm never going to find out because I don't believe it before it starts. However, if we're talking about, maybe up to $1,000 a month or something, you might think, that's possible. Just by working an hour or so a day. And you think, okay, so what am I going to do for an hour or so a day that can earn $1,000 a month, Bob? And I think, well, marketing mainly, I suppose. I don't know, it could be other things. But, okay, so if I can get it to work and kick it all and go for a little bit, make a few bucks out of it maybe, and sort of work it up, and I'll say, okay, boom, this is your job. You do the marketing. And you say, oh, Bob, no idea about marketing. I don't know what to do with marketing. I say, yeah, that's no problem. But what we do is we hire a consultant from Upworks or some sort of online site. Yeah, they're there. They're expensive per hour. They're like $60, $70, $80 an hour. Not cheap, not $2 an hour. And they might work 5 hours for you, something like that. And they look at my websites, they look at my marketing, they look at my whole idea, and then they draft a report. And let's say it was marketing. There's a whole. You can make a whole company out of it. But they're only there for 5 hours. Now it's not like you're employing somebody all year, buying them a car and a house and all that. No, just 5 hours. They're people that are university trained, or 30 years experience marketing or managing, and now they're freelancing from home. Yeah, and so you say this is the idea. Okay, yeah, okay, and they come back to you and they write out a whole report on your business, this business. And so what I'd say is, boom, I don't feel like reading this report and digesting. So I I'm just about shagged, okay? I'm just fucked. I'm 60, I've had it. Most people retire at this age. Look at your dad sometime. Does he look like this kind of man who wants to sit there and try and understand what they're talking about, all these terms and all this marketing and what have you? Now, I understand some of it. I've got some of the ideas. But they'll come up with all these different ideas, some of which you have to learn about. You might have to go and look at vids, to understand it. So while you're there washing the bath out or something, I say, here you go, Bob, here's his report. And you go, yeah, Biddy, thanks, Bob. And so you read through and you go, oh, fuck, what's he on about there? So no, don't drama, Bob. Fucking panic. Just go to the first bit. And you're scrubbing away there, and you think, maybe I could watch a video on that. That'll give me a bit of a better idea what they're talking about. So you go and watch a video. Yeah, okay, get that, I understand that. Okay, then you read the next bit. And then you're cleaning the window. Shh, what the fuck is he talking about there? And you go and watch a couple of videos, or you look up. Okay, I've got that. And then, I don't know, a week later, you understand the whole report. You think, right, okay, that's step one. Okay, step two is implement the changes or his recommendations. So some of them you might say, oh, Bob, he wants us to do this and that. And I'll say, well, I'm not going to fucking do it, Bob. Can you get someone else off Upwork? So I suggest someone like this, go and advertise for them and get them to do what he's suggesting. Is it fun? I'm not going to do it. And I don't even want to fucking organise the people. To be honest, I've done it. It's rather fun. You got to run an ad, and then you've got to select from all of these people who you want to engage. And you'll say, I don't know how to do that. And nor did I. I used to just go for the cheapest. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. How would I fucking know? So it was what it was like. So, in a way, you don't, like you could go to uni and learn, do all course after course and cover the whole thing, or you can just use a consultant and your ability to learn and research things specifically to this, this industry, this need, not, because let's face it, uni courses cover everything. So you want that much out of it, but you've got to learn about this, and shit fucking exams and stuff. You don't want that. Just want to, you're prepared to learn, you've demonstrated you're prepared to work. I don't want you to bust a gut. It's just, oh, okay, I can see how that'll work. That's what I do. I have to think about, what's he mean here? So instead of doing another job, I've got to think about that. So I'm suggesting, okay, while your bloody, your blender's going on, do something. So you've gone from one animation to the next. That's just loading up your, and it was actually just when you finish the other one, which is what I was doing, go from one to the next. And I'm just suggesting, they sort of point you in the right direction, and then you just have to understand it and implement the changes. I'm not saying you have to be fucking brilliant at it. Actually, the consultant is the one that's going to be brilliant. If he's any good, he's going to come up with ideas that are going to be fucking fantastic that you and I would never even dream of, all to do with marketing. Okay? So he's your boss. He's my boss. So remember, he's not really a boss. We just pay him, he's gone. We've got his piece of paper, him telling us, giving us instructions. That's the same way as if, you want to grow bloody zucchinis. You go on to, in a sense, for that little while, he is your boss. He's telling you what to do. But he's not there, getting all emotional with you or smoking cigarettes with your colleagues or doing all the other shit. They're just here and they say, right, here's to do with you can go on and find out generally about businesses and do it from there. It's hard work. Or you can pay some guy and he comes in and talks. He knows all this knowledge and he comes in and he talks about your business. Okay? And then what you've then got to do is implement the changes. See what I mean? But somebody has to do it. Somebody actually has to do that work. Understand what he's talking about in the first place and then implement the measures that he's suggesting. Well, that's where Sue and I got up to. And with our marriage had fallen to pieces at that point, so it was overly stressful. But fortunately we got to there, and because that's given me just enough of room to get onto the next ledge, which is what I want to do with you. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't want to talk about it for hours on end, you know, whatever it is he's suggesting. You might just mention blah, 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 blah. It'd be good if you could actually talk it rather than me have to read it, but I don't suppose you're going to do that. And, yeah, and then I said, okay, well, then just, can you set about doing that? And you go, okay, yeah, but I'm going to need this much money. And I go, yeah, give me a week or so and I'll give you the money and we can do it. And then if we work well and comfortably together, then we build up the business and we just keep doing that for all sorts of things. You know, how we manage it, how we account for it, how we market it, oh, I don't know, whatever else is out there, even how we engage people. You know, and they might say, no, you've got the wrong sort of people. They suggest you do this, and you go, no, who fucking cares? Well, all we got to do is, okay, so we do this. So we learn a bit about everything, which I think you'd be happy doing anyway. But can you see what I'm saying? It's more, you don't have a full-time expert, you know, up on the 5th floor that's in charge of human resources. No, it's just we get some guy in, or some girl, who says, do this, you know, gives us a report, costs us $500. It's okay. And then we just go through the same process. And then we can, in other areas of the business. And that's what we do. That's what you and I do. We just do that all the time. And then until you say, oh, fuck it, Bob, I just don't want to learn anymore. I say, no problems, Bob. I fully understand. Get someone else. So then you get somebody else and you tell them what to do. And so we step up to the, okay. And while they're pulling their hair out of their head, you know, trying to work out what some consultant's on about, we're talking about stumping. And you might suggest how I can get him to eat his corn, which I'd much rather fucking talk about than some sort of, honestly, it's just, I guess I'm older, and there's just, there's no, I have no interest in learning. I mean, I learn every day, phenomenal, every fucking day I'm learning something. Truly, every day, even if it's either something, actually yesterday I went looking to research why men and women fight. That's how fucking desperate I was, okay? And I ran into this thing on volcanoes and earthquakes, yeah. It's funny, because I just let my mind go wherever it wants. It just goes here. Earthquakes is what you're about. Same thing, yeah, explosive, you know, scares the shit out of everybody. It cracks up, yep. And look how clever it is. Yep, bang. It just goes, bang. I just want to write it. I don't even think about it consciously anymore. And then I just, in a few hours, I go, oh, I see. And then my brain says, yeah, okay, right. As I'm talking to this one, it goes, yeah, right. So what this platform idea you had, yeah, okay, get her to listen, get her to connect with you, and try and get her to understand this is what you do. But, you know, you don't make it stressful. You don't, because I've also been watching other things on the banking system and what have you. And the reason house prices and everything are going up is obviously because they're just pouring more and more fucking fake money in there. And it's just pushing the shit out of everything. There's pressures everywhere. And they're even at the point now, if as they say, if you're making negative posts on social media, could signal that you've got a mental health issue. And I looked at a load of fucking bullshit. They're fucking assholes. This is bankers just wanting to enslave us more and more and more, push us, drive us harder and harder. It's negative because it's fucked. I just don't talk to anybody anymore, and it's just awful. You and I came that close. I was just saying, fuck it, see ya, I don't want it. And people say, you should be able to handle that pressure, there's no problem, better pressure won't it? It's just fucking destroying. I thought, yeah, mental health fucking issues. Fuck off. It's just, they're fucked it, and now they want, they're trying to get people to borrow more and more and more, and it's just, nobody's happy, and you're the same as me. You want to hopefully make enough money that you'll just pay for it cash. It's not going to happen. You'll be chasing your fucking, because it's just going to go to blazes, or I don't know, or fuck, I don't know what'll happen. But I was just thinking about this, and I thought, my relationship with Bulma is already fucked. And the pressure that she's putting herself under, I just don't want to talk to you. I'll be honest. And today you were good, because you just said, oh, fuck, I'm not working. No, I'm just watching telly. And you went to bed early, and I couldn't blame you. And I love telling you about Stumpy. Yep. And, there's all sorts of other stuff happening too. I love to be able to talk to you about. Just nice, relaxing stuff. So, but I mean, I just don't want to, I haven't got any friends left. Next to none, anyway. And I thought, come on, you can't blame me for all of this. I'm not destroying the world. And that's, this guy started talking about the place. I thought, yeah, that's what's going on. Something happens over there, bang, and it blows up in my face. So you and I end up not talking to one another. All because you're putting yourself under an enormous amount of stress. Now, I didn't ask you to do what you're doing. You've done it all by yourself. Unfortunately, yeah, I know, fuck it. It was just, I just talked to you. I'm just here, with my ball, relaxing, stress ball. Nothing like playing with your balls to relieve stress. But anyway, yeah, that's sort of the idea. That's where I got to with Sue, and it was just, and had we taken it a little bit further, it wasn't a bad idea. It's just, we'd actually gotten to the top, to the pinnacle, and she said, bye. Okay, fair enough. So looks like I have to take it and run to the next level. But yeah, but that's it. And it's just sort of like, okay, now we've got to do this. Well, I'm thinking we've got to sort out the management. We've got a fucking mess on the platform. There's people all over the place. So then, I'm just suggesting this could happen eventually. So I might say, oh fuck, we've got people everywhere. So I go along to some consultant that organises people, and they might say, or I might say, oh, this is a rough flow chart that I've done, and I don't know how to do it, how to straighten it out. And I'll go, okay, leave it with us, $500, and they come back with a whole report saying, do this, do that, do that. Okay, so I do it, and you'd be surprised how well it works. And all you and I do is just organise it, just talk about, when we're not talking about how to get Stumpy to eat his corn, just doing this, doing that, doing something else, and then when you get sick of it, which is probably not going to be very long. It's half a count. So I'm just flick it to her or him. Get them to do it. Yeah, but it's I sort of got the idea of that. I was telling you about that guy, that consultant. He's working in New York. I think he was earning a couple of $100,000 a year or something like that. He was well paid. And yeah, he used to surf the net all day. He'd get the work, programmer. He'd get the work he had to do, his assignment, and he'd go straight online and just say, yeah, do this, do that, he'd set it all up, arrange it, probably from home. And the guy's like, okay, yeah, I know what you're doing. And then he'd just sit on the internet all day. He had a cat or something. He used to buy things for his cat, buy things for himself. And, everybody, how disgusting, because everybody's in this work frame of mind. And he's just saying, no, fuck it. He's quite happy. Whoops. Hang on, I've got to go.